It's a bright Texas morning in the city of Plano. Sleek Tesla vehicles glide quietly through intersections, their steering wheels unmoved sensors sweeping the roads like invisible eyes. There's no driver behind the wheel, just the hum of electric motion and the silent confidence of artificial intelligence. What once sounded like a far-off dream from Elon Musk is now playing out in real neighborhoods. In early October 2025, Tesla began testing its Robotaxi fleet in Plano, marking a major step beyond its earlier pilot zone in Austin. According to Teslarati, several of these vehicles have been spotted carrying LiDAR sensors on their roofs, a surprising twist for a company that has long dismissed LiDAR technology. Musk himself has said more than once LiDAR is a crutch, vision alone is enough, and yet here we are watching Tesla experiment with LiDAR for the first time. This move signals something bigger than just another city test. It shows Tesla is entering a new phase, one focused less on proving a point and more on perfecting autonomy. Plano, Texas might seem like an ordinary suburb, but for Tesla, it's the next chapter in its race to make self-driving a global reality. For years, the idea of a robotaxi revolution sounded like science fiction. When Musk introduced the concept back in 2019, he painted a future where every Tesla owner could let their car earn money while they slept a ride-hailing network powered entirely by self-driving vehicles. It was bold, audacious, and very Elon Musk. But as time passed, critics doubted whether it could ever happen. Now, in 2025, Tesla's technology is finally catching up to that dream. The latest version of full self-driving FSD V12 is a giant leap forward. Unlike traditional software that follows pre-written rules, FSD V12 learns through experience using neural networks trained on billions of miles of driving data. It reacts more like a human anticipating what could happen, rather than just responding to what's in front of it. And thanks to over-the-air updates, every Tesla on the road becomes smarter overnight. That's what makes the Plano expansion so exciting. It's not just a test, it's a signal that Tesla's robotaxi vision is moving from prototype to deployment. Plano's suburban environment, with its mix of highways, quiet neighborhoods, and busy intersections, gives Tesla the perfect testing ground. It represents the kind of everyday driving the company will need to master if it truly wants to operate a nationwide robotaxi network. But perhaps the most symbolic part of this story is the LiDAR itself. For years, Tesla has championed a camera-only approach, insisting that artificial intelligence should see the world the same way humans do through vision, not lasers. Competitors like Waymo and Cruise took the opposite route, loading their cars with expensive LiDAR and radar systems to create 3D maps of their surroundings. So when Plano residents started noticing Teslas equipped with LiDAR rigs, the internet exploded with speculation. Some analysts believe Tesla isn't changing direction, but simply using LiDAR as a calibration tool to validate what its cameras already see. Others think it's a strategic move to meet regulatory safety requirements ahead of commercial deployment. Either way, one thing is clear: Tesla is adapting. And that adaptability might be the key to unlocking autonomy at scale. Tesla's advantage over its competitors has always been its fleet. With more than 5 million Teslas already on the road, each one capable of receiving FSD software updates, the company has a global network of rolling laboratories. If the Plano trial succeeds and U.S. regulators approve, Tesla could theoretically activate robotaxi mode in thousands of cars overnight. It's the kind of scalability no other autonomous vehicle company can match. Of course, the road ahead isn't smooth. Critics continue to argue that Tesla's FSD isn't truly autonomous, yet pointing to incidents where the system still needs human intervention. Regulators remain cautious, especially after high-profile accidents involving other self-driving programs. Insurance companies are studying the risk models carefully, but none of this seems to slow Elon Musk down. Earlier this year, during Tesla's AI Day, Musk stood on stage and said, "Robotaxi is not just a product, it's the future of transport. It will change cities forever." That statement captures the essence of what Tesla is doing now. It's no longer just a car manufacturer, it's evolving into a full-scale mobility ecosystem built around artificial intelligence. So, when we see those LiDAR-equipped Teslas cruising through Plano, we're not just witnessing another test. We're watching history unfold, a company pushing its technology beyond limits, a vision becoming tangible, and a new era of transportation quietly taking shape on the streets of Texas. The story of Tesla's Robotaxi program has always been one of belief versus reality, of ambition versus regulation, and of innovation versus skepticism. But as the Plano experiment shows, the balance is finally tipping toward reality. Tesla's cars are learning, improving, and adapting faster than ever before. And as they collect more data, they collect something even more valuable: trust. Because at the end of the day, the biggest question isn't whether Tesla can make cars drive themselves. The real question is, are we ready to trust them to do it? The Robotaxi era isn't coming someday in the future. It's already rolling down the streets of Texas, quiet, confident, and ready to change everything we thought we knew about driving. The deeper you look into Tesla's Robotaxi project, the more you realize this isn't just another tech experiment, it's a strategic chess move years in the making. Reports from Teslarati, Reuters, and Electrek all point to one truth: Tesla is quietly transforming from a car manufacturer into an autonomous mobility empire. According to Teslarati, the Plano test fleet includes several vehicles fitted with LiDAR systems supplied by Luminar Technologies, a company Tesla has occasionally sourced from for calibration purposes. The appearance of these sensors is notable because Elon Musk has famously rejected LiDAR for years, claiming that cameras and neural networks are enough for full autonomy. Yet the decision to temporarily include LiDAR hardware in Texas suggests Tesla may be validating its full self-driving FSD vision models against laser-based depth data. In other words, they're testing how human-like vision stacks up against the mechanical precision of LiDAR. It's a fascinating development because Tesla's original promise for FSD was built entirely on camera vision. Every Tesla on the road already comes equipped with 8 cameras and a powerful onboard computer that processes real-time images through neural networks. These systems are constantly learning from the collective behavior of Tesla drivers, worldwide billions of miles of data that no other automaker possesses. That enormous data advantage has allowed Tesla to refine FSD to version 12, which launched in early 2025. Reuters reports that FSD v12 marks a major turning point. Instead of relying on programmed instructions, the system now uses end-to-end neural networks that think in patterns of human behavior. It learns by watching how people drive, how they slow down before a blind turn, how they inch forward at a four-way stop, or how they handle unpredictable situations like pedestrians crossing outside the lines. For the first time, Tesla's cars aren't just reacting to their environment, they're predicting it. Tesla's timing couldn't be more strategic. Waymo, the self-driving subsidiary of Alphabet Google's parent company, currently operates commercial robo-taxi services in Phoenix, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Waymo's vehicles rely heavily on LiDAR and radar, mapping the environment in high detail before driving autonomously within geo-fenced areas. In contrast, Tesla's approach aims for scalability cars that can operate autonomously anywhere a human can drive without needing special maps. That difference is crucial. Waymo's system works beautifully within its designated zones, but scaling it to an entire country is slow and expensive. Tesla, on the other hand, already has over 5 million connected vehicles on the road, capable of receiving FSD updates over the air. If the technology is validated and regulators give approval, Tesla could, in theory, activate its Robotaxi mode across hundreds of thousands of cars overnight. Electrek recently analyzed this exact scenario, calling it Tesla's potential software superweapon. The publication highlighted how Tesla's vertical integration, hardware, software, and energy systems, all under one roof, gives it control that traditional automakers can't match. Every improvement in FSD instantly benefits all Tesla owners, creating a self-reinforcing ecosystem of data performance and trust. But while the technology advances rapidly, Tesla's biggest challenge might not be the algorithms, it's the laws. Self-driving regulations in the United States are complex and fragmented. Each state has its own requirements for autonomous testing and commercial operation. Texas, interestingly, is one of the most supportive states for autonomous vehicles, with legislation that allows companies like Tesla to test driverless cars on public roads under certain safety conditions. That's one reason Plano became such an attractive location for this new pilot. Still, Tesla can't simply flip the switch nationwide. Federal safety regulators and insurance providers will need to see extensive data proving that autonomous systems are safer than human drivers. According to a Reuters report earlier this year, Tesla plans to work closely with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, to share data from its pilot programs. Elon Musk has stated that he expects regulatory approval for limited commercial robotaxi operation by the end of 2025, depending on how these trials perform. Economically, the potential is staggering. Musk has long claimed that Robotaxi could make Tesla the most valuable company in the world. Analysts estimate that if Tesla successfully launches a fully autonomous ride-hailing network, its revenue could shift from one-time car sales to recurring income streams similar to Uber, but without drivers, fuel costs, or wages. A single robotaxi could generate up to $30,000 in annual profit, according to early projections from ARK Invest, which has been bullish on Tesla's AI-driven business model. However, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that FSD V12, while impressive, still requires human supervision and is not yet Level 5 autonomy, the gold standard, where the car can drive itself anywhere under any condition without human input. The system occasionally makes errors that a cautious human driver wouldn't, and its performance varies depending on local conditions. Videos from Tesla owners show moments of brilliance, cars navigating complex city streets flawlessly, but also occasional misjudgments like abrupt braking or hesitation in intersections. Tesla's response is consistent. The system learns faster than any human driver ever could. Every mile driven adds to a massive collective intelligence that improves the fleet. It's the same approach that turned Tesla from a niche electric car maker into the world's most advanced automotive AI company. And there's a reason Electrek calls Tesla's robotaxi rollout the moonshot within the empire. It's risky, yes, but if it works, it will fundamentally change what it means to own a car. Instead of sitting idle 95% of the time, your vehicle could become an income-generating asset. You go to sleep, and your Tesla goes to work. That vision is what keeps Musk pushing forward, no matter how loud the criticism becomes. So when you see those LiDAR-equipped Teslas roaming Plano, remember they're more than just test vehicles. They're the first scouts of a new economy, one built on autonomy, data, and trust. Whether the world is ready for them or not, Tesla is making sure the future arrives on schedule. If you want to understand just how bold Tesla's robotaxi vision really is, you need to look at who else is in the race and how different their playbooks are. Because while everyone talks about the future of autonomous transport, very few companies are actually living it. And among those that are, Tesla is playing an entirely different game. Take Waymo, for example, the self-driving pioneer owned by Alphabet Google's parent company. Waymo's cars already operate as commercial robotaxis in Phoenix, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. They're precise, cautious, and heavily equipped with an array of LiDAR sensors, radar units, and high-definition maps that chart every lane and traffic light. Waymo's system works beautifully in its limited zones. You can summon a Waymo ride through an app just like Uber, and the car arrives with no driver at all. But there's a catch. Waymo's world is tightly fenced. Every street must be pre-mapped in extreme detail before the cars can drive on it. If a new construction project pops up or a road closes unexpectedly, Waymo's system pauses. It needs an update before proceeding. That model works fine for small areas, but scaling it to an entire country would require mapping millions of miles of roads and constantly maintaining those maps. It's expensive, slow, and doesn't fit the chaos of real-world driving. Tesla's approach couldn't be more different. Its cars don't rely on pre-mapped environments. They rely on vision, artificial intelligence, and real-time learning. Each Tesla on the road becomes part of a giant neural network sharing insights back to the company's AI training systems. When one car learns to handle a tricky intersection in Austin, another car in Boston benefits almost instantly. This means Tesla's system improves globally continuously, without the slow process of remapping physical roads. It's the difference between memorizing the world and understanding it. Waymo memorizes every detail of its environment. Tesla tries to understand it. That's what makes the company's Robotaxi concept so radical. It's designed to work anywhere humans can drive, not just inside a carefully engineered sandbox. Then, there's Cruise General Motors' autonomous division. Cruise made headlines in 2023 when it launched fully driverless rides in San Francisco. For a while, it looked like GM was catching up to Waymo and Tesla in the autonomy race. But then, tragedy struck. After a pedestrian accident involving a Cruise vehicle, regulators forced the company to suspend all operations. The incident reminded the world that full autonomy isn't just a technical challenge, it's a moral and legal one. Tesla has watched these setbacks closely. While Cruise's suspension damaged public trust in self-driving cars, Tesla's incremental rollout through FSD updates has helped it gather real-world data without committing to full driverless operation too early. That cautious yet ambitious balance gives Tesla an advantage. It learns faster than anyone else, but it hasn't yet exposed itself to the full risk of running a commercial fleet without human oversight. And unlike Waymo or Cruise, Tesla doesn't need to build a new fleet. It already has one. Over 5 million Teslas worldwide can potentially become robotaxis through a software update. That's not a metaphor, it's a literal reality. Once the software is certified for autonomy, any Tesla with compatible hardware could enter robotaxi mode, allowing owners to rent out their cars while they sleep or work. Imagine the scale of that transformation. Uber revolutionized transport by connecting riders with drivers. Tesla wants to remove the drivers entirely, and in the process, let car owners earn passive income. It's not just a shift in technology, it's a shift in economics. Cars would stop being depreciating assets and start becoming profit-generating machines. Of course, Tesla's approach comes with its own weaknesses. Critics point out that relying purely on vision-based AI can lead to inconsistencies, especially in low-visibility conditions like heavy rain or snow. LiDAR, which Tesla has mostly rejected, performs better in those scenarios. That's why many experts believe Tesla's temporary LiDAR use in Plano isn't just calibration, it's a sign that the company is acknowledging the limits of its vision-only approach. Even so, the company remains committed to achieving full autonomy through vision as its foundation. Another major difference lies in public perception. Waymo's cars are seen as cautious and safe, often moving slower than traffic, but rarely making mistakes. Tesla's FSD, on the other hand, is bold, sometimes too bold. It takes turns like a human, changes lanes decisively, and handles complex merges with confidence. That human-like behavior makes the ride feel natural when it works, but unnerving when it doesn't. For Tesla, the goal is to close that gap to make a car that drives better than a human, not just like one. And that brings us to the market impact. Tesla's Robotaxi isn't just another product. It's a business model that could redefine transportation economics. Analysts estimate that once fully operational, Tesla's global Robotaxi fleet could generate tens of billions in annual revenue. Instead of selling cars, once Tesla would effectively rent mobility as a service, collecting a share of every mile driven. That's why Reuters described the Robotaxi project as the company's most transformative bet since the Model 3. If successful, it could shift Tesla's identity from a car company to a mobility platform, an AI-powered network where vehicles work around the clock and money flows continuously. Investors know it too. Every hint of Robotaxi progress has sent Tesla's stock surging, fueled by dreams of recurring revenue and infinite scalability. But success won't come easily. Regulatory approval remains the biggest hurdle. Cities like San Francisco have already shown resistance to large-scale autonomous operations. Public opinion swings with every incident, and policymakers are cautious about greenlighting fleets that could disrupt jobs and safety standards. Tesla's challenge will be proving, not just claiming, that its cars are statistically safer than human drivers. Elon Musk has promised that day is near, but until regulators see the data, skepticism will remain. Still, one can't deny how far Tesla has come. A few years ago, its autonomy demos were clumsy, requiring constant corrections. Now we're watching cars in Plano handle complex intersections with smooth precision. Each test brings the company closer to flipping the switch on a commercial robotaxi network that could rewrite the rules of mobility. When you compare Tesla to its rivals, it's clear they're not playing the same game. Waymo and Cruise are building perfectly controlled systems within boundaries. Tesla is building intelligence that thrives without them. It's not just testing cars, it's training an AI to understand the world. And that difference could be the reason Tesla ultimately wins. Because while others are busy mapping the world, Tesla is teaching its cars to see it, feel it, and one day drive it entirely on their own. Imagine this. It's a quiet Friday night. The city lights shimmer off the wet streets after a light Texas rain. You step out of a restaurant, open your Tesla app, and within minutes, a glossy Model 3 glides up to the curb. The door opens by itself. There's no driver inside, just the soft hum of electricity and a calm voice greeting you. Destination, please. You sit back. The car pulls away, and suddenly you realize the future isn't coming. It's already here. That vision, once dismissed as science fiction, is now becoming Tesla's reality. Elon Musk has been talking about this for years, his dream of a world where cars drive themselves, where humans become passengers in their own machines. But behind the bold promises and viral headlines lies something far more personal, a story of obsession, setbacks, and relentless belief. When Musk first introduced the Robotaxi concept in 2019, he didn't just describe a new product. He painted a revolution. He told investors that within a few years, Tesla owners would be able to add their vehicles to a self-driving ride-hailing network and earn money while they slept. To him, this wasn't about selling cars, it was about creating a new economy powered by autonomy. Critics laughed. Regulators rolled their eyes. Even Tesla fans had doubts. But Musk, as always, refused to back down. Fast forward to today, and those same skeptics are watching as Tesla's Robotaxi tests expand from Austin to Plano. Every mile driven by those LiDAR-equipped prototypes is a step toward Musk's prophecy. It's not perfect yet, but the progress is undeniable. You can trace Musk's determination back to one simple idea: freedom through automation. He's not just trying to make driving easier, he's trying to eliminate the very concept of driving. In his view, time spent behind the wheel is wasted human potential. If your car can drive you anywhere safely, he once said, you gain back hours of your life every single day. That's the essence of Robotaxi, not just convenience, but liberation. Of course, the road to autonomy hasn't been smooth. Tesla's full self-driving system has faced endless scrutiny, videos of near misses, critics calling it dangerous, regulators demanding more proof. And yet, Tesla keeps improving it. Each update feels like watching a child learn to walk, stumble, and then suddenly sprint. FSD version 12, released earlier this year, shocked even its toughest critics. The system's fluid, human-like motion, how it adjusts to traffic flow, anticipates turns, and handles unpredictable pedestrians, has made believers out of many who once doubted. But Musk isn't content with incremental progress. He wants a leap, a transformation. He once said that Robotaxi will account for 80% of Tesla's future value, a statement that sounded insane at the time. Yet when you think about it, he may not be exaggerating. If Tesla truly succeeds, the world's roads could become the company's greatest asset. Millions of cars driving themselves, making money, feeding data back into Tesla's AI, an infinite loop of profit and learning. There's something almost poetic about that idea. The same cars people bought to save money on gas could one day become their own small businesses. Your driveway could turn into a gateway to the future. You could go to bed knowing that while you rest, your car is out there working, chauffeuring strangers, mapping roads, earning income. It's the kind of story that sounds impossible until you remember. That's exactly how every great technology starts. And this isn't the first time Musk has risked everything for a vision others mocked. Remember when SpaceX first talked about reusing rockets? The experts said it was physically impossible. Then, they watched a Falcon 9 land upright on a drone ship in the middle of the ocean. The same pattern is unfolding here with Tesla. Musk has turned failure into fuel so many times that even his most improbable ideas now feel inevitable. But behind the innovation, there's also irony. For years, Musk mocked competitors like Waymo for their reliance on LiDAR. It's a crutch, he said, laughing at the idea that lasers could outperform cameras. Now in Plano, we see Tesla cars quietly testing with LiDAR rigs. Is this hypocrisy or evolution? Maybe both. Because for Musk, changing his mind isn't a weakness, it's adaptation. He's never been afraid to pivot if it brings him closer to the endgame, true autonomy. And that's what makes this moment in Texas so symbolic. Those cars gliding through Plano's intersections aren't just test vehicles. They're proof of Tesla's flexibility, its ability to evolve, and its relentless push toward the future. What's more fascinating is the emotional connection people have with this brand. Tesla owners talk about their cars like family. They name them, they film them, they trust them. That bond is exactly what will make the Robotaxi network possible. Because when Tesla flips the switch, it won't need to build a new fleet. It already has one owned by millions of fans who believe in the mission. Think about that for a moment. The world's first global Robotaxi network won't belong to a corporation, it'll belong to the people. To Tesla owners who decide to share their cars, to those who believe in technology's promise, and to a company bold enough to give machines a mind of their own. Still, there's a lingering question in the air, one that even Musk himself can't answer yet. Can society truly trust machines with human lives? The answer will depend not just on Tesla's code or sensors, but on how ready we are to let go, to stop gripping the steering wheel and accept that maybe, just maybe, the computer drives better than we do. As Elon Musk once said with a wry smile, at some point, it'll be irresponsible not to let the car drive. That's the paradox. Tesla is creating technology so advanced, it makes human control feel outdated. And somewhere out there in Plano, as those self-driving Teslas glide under the city lights, that paradox is already unfolding. You can almost feel it, the quiet hum of change, the whisper of the future coming to life, one smooth mile at a time. The story of Tesla's Robotaxi isn't just about technology, it's about belief resilience and a world learning to trust the unknown. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that the impossible always looks ridiculous until it starts working. And when it does, it changes everything. As the sun sets over the streets of Plano, those silent Teslas keep rolling steady focused, collecting data with every turn. To most people, they might look like just another car test. But to those paying attention, they represent something far greater, the beginning of a revolution. Tesla's Robotaxi program isn't just about self-driving cars. It's about reshaping what mobility means. It's about time we spend behind the wheel, time lost in traffic, time we could reclaim if machines could drive us safely. Elon Musk has always framed autonomy as humanity's next great liberation, and standing here, in late 2025, that vision doesn't feel like a fantasy anymore. It feels inevitable. With testing expanding from Austin to Plano, and plans for additional cities underway, Tesla's roadmap is starting to take shape. The company's internal timeline points toward limited commercial robotaxi operations by the end of 2025 pending regulatory approval. If that happens, Tesla won't just join the robotaxi race, it will redefine it. What makes this moment so important isn't just the technology, it's the scale. Tesla's fleet already spans millions of vehicles worldwide, each one connected, each one learning. Imagine if even a fraction of those cars became fully autonomous. The implications are staggering. Commutes would change. Car ownership would change. Entire industries, insurance, logistics, urban planning would have to adapt. Musk has said it many times. The future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. In Texas, we're watching that future begin to spread. But let's be honest, Tesla still has a long road ahead. Regulatory barriers remain, public skepticism is strong, and competition is heating up. Waymo continues to expand its safe, geo-fenced model. Apple is rumored to be exploring an AI mobility platform of its own. And traditional automakers like Mercedes and Hyundai are pouring billions into autonomous research. Yet none of them have what Tesla has: the data, the scale, and the fearless leadership willing to move faster than anyone else. That's the paradox of Elon Musk. He's both the dreamer and the disruptor, the man who announces impossible timelines, breaks them, and still somehow arrives first. Whether it's rockets landing vertically or cars driving themselves, Musk's strategy has always been simple: move fast enough that the future has no choice but to catch up. For the people watching Tesla's robotaxis glide through Plano, it's easy to see the symbolism. A city once known for quiet suburbs is now the testing ground for global innovation. Each LiDAR scan, each software update, each perfectly executed lane change, it's all part of a grand experiment that could change how humanity moves. And while some see risk, others see destiny. Because if Tesla succeeds, owning a car will no longer be about possession, it'll be about participation. You won't just drive your car, you'll collaborate with it. You'll send it to work while you rest. You'll become part of an AI-powered transport network that never sleeps. Imagine waking up to a notification. Your Tesla completed 27 trips last night. Earnings deposited. That's not science fiction anymore. It's the next chapter in Tesla's story, a world where cars aren't expenses, but partners. Yet underneath all the excitement, there's still the human question, the one no algorithm can answer. Are we ready to let go? Can we trust machines to drive us, protect us, and make decisions on our behalf? It's a question that divides society, and it will define this decade. But if Tesla has proven anything, it's that progress rarely waits for permission. The company that made electric cars desirable, that landed rockets on barges, and that turned a billionaire into the face of the future, is now on the brink of its most ambitious leap yet. And whether you love or hate Elon Musk, you can't deny that when he sets his sights on something, the world tends to follow. So what happens next? By late 2025, we might see Tesla's first official Robotaxi network launch across multiple U.S. cities, maybe 5, maybe 10. If regulators give the green light, Plano could be remembered as the birthplace of the modern autonomous era. From there, Tesla could expand internationally, integrating solar charging hubs, AI route optimization, and perhaps even humanoid robot assistants like Optimus to service the fleet. Musk himself hinted that Optimus will eventually be part of the Robotaxi ecosystem, helping with maintenance and cleaning. It sounds crazy until it doesn't, because that's how every Tesla story goes. It starts with disbelief, then becomes unstoppable momentum. And here's the beautiful irony: while competitors argue about technology, Tesla is already out there gathering real-world miles, one ride at a time. Those cars in Plano aren't waiting for approval, they're earning it. Now the question turns to us, the audience, the drivers, the dreamers. What do you think? Would you step into a driverless Tesla tomorrow? Would you trust an AI to take you home at night? Would you let your own car become part of the fleet, earning while you sleep? Tell us what you think in the comments below, because this isn't just Tesla's journey, it's ours too. And if you want to keep following it, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and join our growing community of people watching the future unfold in real time. Because one day soon, when a driverless Tesla pulls up to your curb, you'll remember this moment and realize you saw it coming. The Robotaxi era isn't a prediction anymore, it's a promise. And it's rolling down the streets of Texas right now.